Hey guys, today we're going to be reacting to the new Suicide Squad trailer. The movie is directed by James Gunn and it's going to be released later this year. A lot of the characters in this trailer are pretty obscure and hidden deep in the comics. So there's actually a really nice article put together by the Collider that kind of identifies each character and gives a really in-depth analysis of each one. So I'll link a link to that article in the video description if you want to get a really in-depth analysis of each individual character. In addition to that, I watched this trailer already, so this is really just me kind of going back and, pointing out a few things, giving my opinions, some key takeaways, and yeah, let's get into it. So right off the bat, the trailer starts out by giving us a glimpse of the new Suicide Squad. We can see Live Fast, Die Clown. Obviously, that's Harley Quinn, who's returning from the last Suicide Squad movie a couple of years ago. So it's cool to see that Harley Quinn is back. Here we have our first look at Idris Elba, who is playing Bloodsport. A lot of people thought that he would be playing Deadshot, but he's not. Plot twist, Idris Elba is Bloodsport.
In costumes. Wanting you to think they're all.
Here we have John Cena. He's playing Peacemaker. John Cena, I honestly love John Cena. I feel he's going to be memed a lot in this film. But yeah, here we have John Cena on the big screen, which is pretty exciting.
Dark and deep. What's it like? Living life.
Okay, here we have our first look at King Shark. And if you in the comic books, he actually has a hammerhead head. So he looks a little bit different here than he does in the comic books. In addition to that, he's a little chunkier and heavy than he is in the comic books. He's a little bit more muscular in the comics, abs, big biceps. But other than that, pretty accurate.
But all it would take.
Okay, here, when I first saw this trailer, I had no idea who this person was. But again, the Collider article, really great article, broke down the characters. She is someone who is completely made up by James Gunn. I heard powers are pretty interesting. I mean, you see here that she can conjure up rats. So we'll see how much help she'll actually be in combat in this film. This is a pretty cool scene. All right, here, we have our lineup of the new Suicide Squad. Other characters we've already identified. We can see King Shark here on the left. We can see Harley Quinn, Peacemaker, John Cena, and I believe in the middle is Bloodsport, Idris Elba.
To restore your dignity in its entirety.
Oh, and here we have Margot Robbie, again, returning for her role as Harley Quinn. Same thing from the last Suicide Squad movie.
You know the deal. Complete the mission.
So here we have Viola Davis, who's playing Amanda Waller. She's kind of head honcho. She controls Task Force X, or the Suicide Squad. She sends them out to do this covert government missions. And the gentleman behind her is Savant, who is kind of like a vigilante character, similar to Deadshot. He's very good in head-to-head combat, weaponry, pistols.
You get 10 years off your sentence.
Okay, that was pretty funny. But right here we have Weasel, another character, looks pretty funny. For some reason, I think of Rocket from Guardians of the Galaxy, even though they're completely different looking characters. Kind of like rodents, in the way of raccoons, a weasel,
Sentence.
Okay, here we see them putting the bombs inside the necks of Savant. So members of the Suicide Squad, again, they carry out these covert operations for the government. And, just in case some of them are feeling like, hey, I don't want to do this anymore, or try to run away from the mission, or the prison facility where they're being held, bombs are implanted inside their neck. So Viola Davis, Amanda Waller can pretty much control them. Like, hey, if you try to run away, push of a button, you're dead.
You fail to follow my orders in any way, and I detonate the explosive device.
Right, we just saw it right there. So with this scene, not only do we have every member of the new Suicide Squad, but we also have the kill switches. Again, Amanda Waller can easily press a button and that bomb detonates and they're dead. But we can also see our full slate of characters: TGK, Savant, Pete Davidson as Blackguard. We can see Boomerang, Harley Quinn, Mongo, Weasel, Javelin.
Detonate
Whole
the
new
explosive
range of
device in the base
characters.
of your skull.
Love him or hate him, these are your brothers and sisters for the next few days.
So again, we have another lineup. That's two so far. I have a strong feeling that this movie is going to have a slow motion lineup scenes with all of the new characters.
Any questions?
And
Yes, that is your hand. Very good.
So pretty funny here. King Shark in the comics, he kind of just does like one-liners like blood or flesh, I'm hungry. But here he can make full coherent sentences, which is pretty cool.
We're all gonna die. I hope so.
Here we have Polka Dot Man. Again, kind of an obscure comic book character, but comical. You know, he looks pretty funny. Fits the mood and tone of this film. Kind of like lighthearted and serious, lighthearted and fun, and not very serious. Although the stakes will be high, I'm going to assume it is a Suicide Squad movie.
So. Oh, for God's sake.
Again, Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, Weasel. Okay, that's pretty funny. So yeah, in the comic books, King Shark just eats a ton of people. That's kind of like his thing. Just picks people up and just munches on them. So that's pretty funny as well to see how it's pretty accurate of King Shark as a character. Here we see Polka Dot Man kind of doing his thing. His polka dots explode on impact. So I guess that's kind of like his gadget, his power. Seems pretty useful in combat. I mean, as it's pretty exemplified here. Harley Quinn.
It's just suicide.
Well, that's kind of our thing.
Okay, here we see TGK kind of doing his thing. I guess his power is that he can dismember his limbs. You know, probably if he's having bullets fly at him, he can easily go and, you know, dismember his limbs, have those bullets fly past, come back together. Seems pretty useful for combat. From the action sequences.
They call you Peacemaker?
You see Mongol.
I cherish peace with all my heart.
Okay, so if you guys didn't hear that, you know, Peacemaker, you know, cherishes his peace with all his heart.
I don't care how many men, women, and children I need to kill to get it.
So you heard it, you know, he will achieve peace by any means necessary. So even though he looks kind of funny and comical with his outfit, he seems like he's a pretty serious character, you know, when it comes to combat and fighting for his morals, which is pretty cool.
You are the crazy one.
I am.
I kind of love Polka Dot already. You know what I'm saying? He kind of realizes that this entire thing is absurd. The fact that we're all together with bombs in our neck doing these government missions. So yeah, Polka Dot seems like a friendly character. So it seems like the main villain for this film is some like a giant monster. I'm not too sure what this is. Again, I said it before early in the trailer reaction, guys. She summons rats. I don't know how useful this is in combat. We're going to have to see, honestly, but I am very skeptical. Yeah, just again a monster.
Here's the deal. We fail the mission, you die.
If we find out any information you give us is false, you die.
If we find out you have personalized license plates, you die.
What?
I really like this part of the trailer because it kind of shows how each character, their personalities bounce off of each other, and it works really well. Again, it fits that lighthearted, humorous tone of this film.
No.
Yeah, and that's it. That's the end of our trailer. Some takeaways, cancel. Some takeaways from this film is the fact that again, some takeaways from this film again is the fact that this movie is a little bit more lighthearted, a lot more humorous than perhaps the last Justice League movie. And you know, we have a whole new range of characters as well. You know, we don't see Deadshot, we don't see El Diablo or some of these other characters that were in the previous Justice League. You know, we see completely different characters. So yeah, with that, you know, I hope you guys like this trailer breakdown, this trailer reaction. Subscribe here for more in the future. And you know, again, thanks for watching, guys.